Many people use restaurant reviews and food critics to choose where they eat. But with social media, everyone can seemingly become a food critic. I broke bread with the James Beard Award-winning food critic and a popular yet polarizing food-influencing duo to discover who should determine where we eat.
Hey folks, how you doing today?
Hey,
welcome
how are
to
you?
Diner.
When it comes to evaluating a restaurant,
I think we have to get the honey butter pancakes.
okay, James Beard Award-winning food critic Hannah Goldfield tastes a variety of dishes over multiple visits. Which brought us here to Golden Diner, a spot she's reviewed and suggested for brunch.
I decided as a kid that I wanted to write about food.
Do you remember your first restaurant review?
Oh yes. It's a Montreal-style deli in Brooklyn. It's called Mile End. I had spent a lot of time in Montreal. I just remember feeling like this is my calling.
What does qualify somebody to write about food, to either praise food or to criticize the work that goes on in a kitchen?
I'm a reporter and a writer first, and an observer and a researcher, and I think that that's what qualifies me.
The review must live and die by what it tastes like to you. Yes, the context is important,
Yeah.
the style of cuisine is important, but at the end of the day, is it good?
Criticism is subjective, no matter what you do. But I do think it's not just about, do I like this? If I don't like something, I'm always kind of checking myself. Like, do I not like this because I'm bringing my own just kind of, hardwired preferences to this?
Honey butter pancakes for you here.
Thank you.
Got the vegan Caesar salad and the Chinatown egg and cheese sandwich.
Thank you. And this, I think, is an interesting dish because it has totally gone viral.
These are the most viral pancakes in New York.
Also, the VIP list opens with a shot of this.
Top pancake was excellent, fluffy, even juicy, if you will.
They are brash,
Go cry about it.
haughty,
They have a strict no peasants policy, so don't expect to come here anytime soon.
and in your face.
I've never been so turned on by a tomahawk.
But for nearly 500,000 foodie fans, hot takes by food influencing duo The VIP List are what matters when it comes to picking where to eat. When did you decide to create these personas?
So basically, people were starting to do satire videos impersonating us, like making fun of us for
Really?
the voiceovers
Oh
that we were
yeah,
doing.
like we're like, wait, if they're impersonating us and getting more views than we are, like, let's just become a satirical version of ourselves.
As homemade hummus.
Lifelong friends Audrey Jongans and Meg Radice do consider themselves food critics.
The food is traumatizing. Like, would you eat this burger? It looks like it just took a dip in the Hudson.
Who pride themselves on paying in full for the meals they often harshly review.
We purposely try to make people mad because the haters comment the most.
Some of these restaurants in New York, like a meal between two people is like $1,000. So we're like going out there paying so that our followers know whether or not it's worth it.
Traditional restaurant critics, they go multiple times. How many times do you guys go? Do you go just once?
We go
and it's that
once.
one experience.
Once I try the food, like, why do I need to try the same dish 3 times to have an opinion on it?
Like if
I feel
I'm
like
spending $1,000 on a meal once, I expect that to be representative of the standard of that restaurant.
And also, like, there's such like a pretentiousness around like food criticism. It's like, oh, like only certain people can be critics. Anyone can be a critic. If you eat, you can be a critic.
I joined the VIP List for lunch as they documented their meal at a James Beard nominated restaurant.
I swear to God, if there's not a cheese pull in this, call the manager. Call the police, actually. I feel bad. This is kind of a roast.
This pizza is shipped nationwide.
And while they are polarizing, Goldfield herself is a fan.
I can't stop watching their videos.
Yeah.
I love what they do. They, I think, came here because they had seen the pancake on Instagram and TikTok.
The pancakes are good, but if I'm waiting an entire Tarantino film to sit down, you better at least come correct with the honey butter ratio.
See, I'm not a pancake eater, but,
Okay.
but I would eat this.
To me, it doesn't feel like there are any mistakes here.
Is there a sense of like, hey, maybe they're taking a little bit away from what you do?
Social media and also kind of user-generated criticism has changed the entire media landscape, but I don't see it as granular as that, like any one TikTok video is detracting from my review.
So you can see that they exist in the same space
Yeah.
and are comfortable with that. Both Hannah, who's a traditionalist, and the girls at the VIP list.
I like that
them
job.
both.
I like that job.